Islip here, doing my first Q&A. Well, the first one is in my normal persona and not some fictional Transformer thing. Yeah. So, this was actually proposed to me to do by MegaTfman, and he suggested that I do a Q&A. Personally, didn't think that anybody would be interested in boring on me, but apparently a few of you are, because I got a lot of questions. So without further ado, let me get started. The first question, I'm going to start out with MegaTfman, is his first question is, how long have you been a Transformer fan? Well, I've been a Transformer fan for as long as there have been Transformers. I was alive and cognizant in 1984 when they started airing the cartoons. I remember the big, huge robot craze that hit. All of a sudden we had Voltron and Transformers, GoBots, Converters, Zybots, Macross got big. All about the same time that Transformers came out. Maybe a little bit before that, but yeah. So since 1984, I've been a Transformers fan. What started you off being a Transformers fan? Well, I mean, Transformers started me off being a Transformers fan. The toys were pretty cool, although I had issues with some of the G1 toys at the time for various reasons. The number one thing being that they weren't accurate to the cartoon a lot of times. But yeah, so what got me into being a TF fan? See, I used to love toys as it was, and I used to love action figures, and I used to love cars. But I always, to be honest with you, I always felt like, you know, I was like, well, this is cool and this is cool, and I wish there was a way to combine the two. And then Transformers came out, and that was pretty much like my prepubescent wet dream. Yeah. As soon as transforming robots came out, I mean, they transformed from real things into robots, Transformers and GoBots alike, and anything else. That's what got me into Transformers and transforming robots and big. What series out of all of them is your favorite? G1. G1 is my favorite, and it will always be my favorite. And I don't care that the animation wasn't all that great, and that the Transformers didn't transform quite realistically, or that they didn't look like their toys all the time. It established the mythos. It established the characters that we know and love. And there were a hell of a lot of Transformers in that series. There were, I can't even count how many Transformers there were. So, yeah. So, next question, the fourth question. Which is the series that you collected the most figures from? I honestly don't know. I've got a few Beast Wars figures. I think I have more Energon figures than I do Beast Wars figures. I don't have nearly enough G1 figures. And I'm going to have to say probably animated than Energon. Yeah, I think that's the proper order. I got to be honest with you. No, Revenge of the Fallen. The Revenge of the Fallen movie toy line, I have the most figures of, I think. And then some of the other ones. So anyway, which is this series that you... Oh wait, no, I did that question already. Number 5. And finally, what is your holy grail or favorite Transformers? Fortress Maximus. That's it. That's my holy grail. That's my favorite Transformer. I've never owned one. I've never even seen one in real... No, I've seen one in package once when I was a kid. I've never owned one. I've always wanted to have one. I'll settle for Brave Max. I would prefer Fort Max or Grand Max, but as they are way too much money, I can't afford either one of them, so yeah. So that's my holy grail. Alright, my next question actually, well actually it's a two-part question, so I guess it's technically questions, comes from Slashercon. So, and thank you to everybody who participated in this, and hopefully this is not going to be some boring whatever. But anyway, his question is, what is your favorite Transformers figure that you own, and which one are you most anticipated to get? My favorite at the moment is the Amazon 25th anniversary Unicron that I own. That's my favorite at the moment. Once that wears off, it'll go back to being my MPO4 Masterpiece Convoy with the trailer. Yeah, he'll be my go-to basically. So when when the glow wears off, it'll be MPO4. So, and which one am I most anticipating to get? Well, the one that I'm most anticipating to get is some form of Fortress Maximus, or whether it's Brave Max or Grand Max or regular Fort Max. I've waited since he came out to get him, and at the time I was on welfare, so I didn't have the money that I have now. If I had the money that I had now, I could have gotten him, no problem. But now, I'm lucky if I can find one for $700. Usually the bids end at least around that much, if not more. I don't have that kind of money. So yeah, again, Fort Max is what I'm most anticipating to get. The next in line would be a toss-up between the new Masterpiece Convoy, the MP10. It's a little more in my range. It's still a little bit of a stretch, but it's not as bad as Fort Max. And also tying with that would be the reissue Predaking. So, yeah. So those are what I'm most anticipating to get. So those are the ones that I can get, probably more than the other ones. So, alright, so here we go with my next question. Comes from MoFoCThat. Cool cat, check him out. Done some interesting videos. Love his Good Morning Cybertron related videos, especially. But anyway, he wrote, what lines do you collect, and what got you started on doing toy reviews and singing? I collect almost every line, to be honest with you. Let's see. I think the only line I don't really have anything from might be G2, and let's see, G2. I don't have any of the Dark, well no, I have some Dark of the Moon stuff, but I hate Dark of the Moon toys. So what I've got basically is it. I'm not getting any of the deluxe, well, I already got one of the deluxes, but two of the deluxes, but I'm not really. Dark of the Moon was a total letdown. I think I would have enjoyed the movie 1 toys better, and I hated those things. Revenge of the Fallen was a phenomenal toy line. So, but I collect Revenge of the Fallen. Some of the, I think the only series I really haven't haven't gotten anything from yet is Machine Wars. Yeah. I've got one or two things from Beast Machines. I've got Beast Wars. I've got some from the Neo and the Japanese Beast Wars 2. Robot Masters. Some masterpieces. I've got a lot. So I collect from any line as long as the toy appeals to me. That's all I care about. Let's see. What started me doing toy reviews? Originally, I started doing toy reviews as a way to catalog what I had. Really, that's all it was. I was just going to make a video of the things I had. I saw some toy reviews online. I said, hey, that's I guess a good way to what do I want to say? To catalog it, and then I'll give it a bit, give information and whatever, and yeah. So when I first got started, I completely sucked. I mean, I'm not saying I don't suck now, but I mean, I was horrible. I droned on. Um, some of you might remember my earlier reviews. I tried different gimmicks, high pitch voices, low pitch voices, whatever. So, and then I finally listened to y'all and started just doing it in my normal voice. And apparently y'all really like that, because here you are, and I've got almost 300 viewers, subscribers. I don't get it, but okay. I won't knock a gift horse in the mouth. You should never look a horse in the mouth, because those things are disgusting. That's why you're never supposed to look in there, and their breath stinks. It stinks. They got rotten teeth. Nasty. Don't do it. Alright, and what got me into singing? Well, I always loved singing. I used to be very shy, though, to be honest with you. When I turned 17, I was in a youth rally at a church I used to go to, called the Brooklyn Tabernacle, and the head of the youth ministry at the time, and this was a big church. The youth ministry had 300 kids at the time, I think. No, about 100 of us. And then in the rallies, we would have extra kids that we would bring in with us. So we'd have, like, you're talking like a theater, a big theater size, not like the movie theaters they got out here. No, big with the balcony and everything. Yeah, big, sitting like 1,500 people. So there were about 300 of us there at the rally, and the youth minister said, "Who wants to join the youth chorale?" Because that's what it was called. And I felt it tugging at my shoulder, looked over. It was my arm in the air. Not lying to you, my arm shot up, and I didn't even know it went up. So I followed through. I went, and I was just going to be content to be a background in the back singer. And we were having a party, and we had everything set up, and we were going to sing a song, just joking around, playing around, singing a song. And so there was a bunch of us, and some of them were arguing over who's going to sing the song, and I got tired, and I just started singing the song myself. And after that, I started getting hit up for solos and stuff. And then I let it get to my head, got conceited. After a while of that, God knocked me off my high horse. I pretty much lost everything. It was the first time I was ever popular or liked or anything. So yeah, so I didn't handle it very well. Got conceited, got big-headed, thought everything was all about me, and forgot about everybody else. So I got what I deserve. But that's what got me started into singing. And then, at first it used to make me want to throw up to be in front of people and sing. I was so scared, but now it's nothing. I love it. It's exciting. It's great. I love to sing. Can't dance to save my life, though, but love to sing. So I hope that answered your question. I know that was a long thing. Sorry, guys.